Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Legacy Prime Arcee from the deluxe wave of deluxe class of Wave 1. See her there in front of her box. We'll go ahead and put her off to the side real quick. Look at said box, and yeah, you can see motorcycle right there on the front. Right there, you get Prime Universe Arcee, Transformers Legacy and deluxe class, and Transformers and all that stuff. And yes, it's hollow. There's no window deal. Legacy logo up here. You got the nice bit of artwork here on the side. A close up and all that stuff. You got on this side, you got the line wide artwork. On the bottom, you have, of course, the manufacturing and what's included. And on the back here, you have product shots and warnings and the QR code for going and seeing the tech specs. And you got the instructions, which are pretty straightforward and whatnot. There's actually quite a bit to cover with this figure. Yeah, so Arcee. You can see she is a blue, very Prime inspired, and that's caused quite a bit of contention, shall we say. The whole inspired by Prime Arcee. Yeah, Transformers Prime Arcee was a blue motorcycle, and she's a blue motorcycle, and she doesn't quite look like she did in Prime because she's Prime inspired, and they made some changes to make her line up more with the rest of the Legacy stuff. And oh boy, howdy, has it been a bit of a yeah, it's been a thing for sure. Okay, so some detail stuff you can see right there. This is a very Prime inspired head sculpt, although again, not super Prime stylized. So you got the pink lines here, very metallic pink lines. You got silver face and blue eyes and blue, all that stuff. And she does actually have light piping, because yeah, you can see that right there. Blue, translucent blue, which means she does have light piping. You can kind of see it working. And you also got some silver. You got the Autobot symbol right there. You got the silver midriff and some blue and black here. And you got the pink detailing showing up there, and some silver kneecaps and black feet. And the wheels are on the outside of the legs instead of in the legs, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, you got that whole thing. You got the blue forearms and all that stuff. And yeah, it's got a bit of backpack, but not too bad, all things considered, for the motorcycle thing. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, honestly, personally. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the point of contention, though, is she doesn't look more like her Prime self, or self from the Prime cartoon, which fair, I guess, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not really too cut up about that. I did enjoy Prime, but I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not one to tell you how you feel, but yeah, it's just kind of, I think a lot of the screaming about it has been a little bit overblown, or yeah, been a little too much. I think some people need to calm down and just kind of accept they're just not going to buy the figure, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a decent little thing. My biggest complaint right now, honestly, is this. I wish this locked in and doesn't, so she very easily starts doing that, and that just looks weird. Yeah, you got that whole thing. So it works pretty well. The cool thing is this part right here, the wheel, the front wheel here. You can peg it in like that. I prefer it like that personally, but of course you can also peg it back together, and and of course it's keyed a very specific way, so you gotta do it specifically, a certain way, like that. You can leave it back here if you want. Leave it attached back there if you want. And of course also and split it apart, and then it can be a weapon, I guess. I'm not sure what kind of weapon, but it's supposed to go in her hand. It doesn't go in there super well because of the arm guard, believe it or not. The arm guard is what gets in the way, mostly. Get it in the stupid hand. Doesn't want to peg in right now. There we go. It kind of goes on there. I don't know what that is, but it's a thing. But it also comes with these. This thing, yeah, it's a blue, another Energon weapon, and one of the things you can do, of course, is peg it on here like it's as a shield of sorts, if you want. Or if you want, you can also I'm gonna put this back up on her back because that's where I prefer it. You can also, if you want, she can hold it, I guess. Oop. like that, although I'm not sure what that purpose that would serve. In fact, she didn't hold it very well, but she can hold it, I guess. Like that. But you could also split it apart and then, peg it onto the forearms or whatever, like this, or in the hand. And if you have it on the forearm, it looks kind of like her little wrist blade or arm blade things that she did. I believe she used in a Prime bit. So it's kind of a bit of an homage there. Again, it looks a bit different, but it's kind of neat. Look, at this is my preferred way of doing things. Another thing is the feet, because of the way they work, they kind of collapse very easily and make it so she's a little unstable sometimes. So that's a bit of a problem in my opinion, but it's not too hard to mitigate. So yeah, that's some of the stuff you can do there. Looks pretty decent. Not bad. Too much. Backpack's not too bad, all things considered. It could be worse. It could be far worse. So there you go. Articulation, though, her head is on a ball joint. So again, left to right, up and down a bit. Actually, up a lot. Down a little tiny bit, and a bit of waggle. Shoulders can go forward, and well, if those weren't there, they could go back. But those are there, so that's the thing. Go outward a bit. You got bicep swivels. You got a elbow bend about 90 degrees. There is a wrist swivel, which is nice. The waist does swivel as well, although it's a bit weird because of how it swivels, so you can feel it clicking, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. But, that's the thing. And you also, I guess, a backwards ab crunch, although not really much of a forwards one, unfortunately. You got forward right there. You got back. You got outward on the hips. You got a thigh swivel. Knees can bend about 90 degrees, although that's not a second knee bend. It's going to make it just break her leg. That's the thing. And ankle tilts. So you got quite a bit of tilt there. And no forward and back, really. But you do have that joint. If you need that for whatever reason, you can make that happen. And now I guess you can make your toe go up a little bit too. So those are all things you can do. Comparison, she is with Skids, her wave mate. The only other one I have so far of the Deluxe Classic. I can't find the other two. And here she is with Earthrise Optimus, because she's being folded into G1 of sorts, I guess, sort of. It's complicated, and that's where the contention is. Yeah. Decent figure, personally. So the Transformer. Go ahead and take these off if you haven't already. Just kind of take them off. Put them outside for now. Take this piece right here, and if you have a store back here, go ahead and unpeg that. And take the wheels and fold it up and peg it together. Make sure to have the pegs lined up properly. That. Then go ahead and plug it in back here. So you go ahead and extend this out like that. Take this, bring this up, rotate this 180, and bring it down over the head like that. From here, you want to take this and move this back like that. Rotate it around like so. And you go ahead on the forearms here. You take these little forearm guards and bring them down over the hands like that. Same thing on this side. Bring it down over the hand like that. Then back here, what you want to do is, while this is up, you untab these from the shoulders from here and bring them back. Rotate the forearms like that. Bring this back. Untab, bring it back. Rotate this, and then tab these together. So. And you take the legs and move them out like this. And then what you want to do is rotate them like that and just kind of get things ready right there. And you bring the feet here. You take the feet and fold that up. You take the foot, fold it up. Bring that out. You untab this right here. So bring this out like that. And there's a tab here on the foot which will go into a slot here. Tab that together and then bring this back like this. Get that rotated like that. Same thing on this side. Bring this up. Rotate the foot around. Yeah. Bring that around. Bring that around. Tab that in. Bring that all the way around. And then rotate this like this. And make sure this part right here, you want to take this piece right here and move that back like this. And then move this all forward like that. And this will kind of line up like that. You can go ahead and bring this, bend this like this, so then you can bring this inward like that. Same thing here. Rotate this forward, bend it down right here, and then bring this forward. It clears all that, like so. And down here, I want to bring these wheels together, and again, make sure you line up the pegs and holes properly. Like that. Then from there, you can go ahead and bring this around. There's a little T-tab thing, which will go line up with this, and this tab right here will line up with that. Make sure it's all good to go. Like that. And then bring this around. Line that all up and make sure it all tabs together properly. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes to get all to line up, but it will eventually get there. Then you got a little kickstand, you bring that down, and there you go. There is Arcee's bike mode. Yeah, but going honest, pretty neat little bike mode. Very much a street bike. You can see that, you know, got the little headlights there picked out in blue transparent plastic. Same with that. It's got handlebars and brakes and mirrors and everything. The mirrors are, well, not really reflective. Yeah, you got all that stuff. You got the wheels have a little blue line all around them like that. You got, well, the fists are kind of sticking out there, but it's not a big of a deal. You got the exhaust right there. You got some pegs. You got some pegs there on that thing. And yeah, just you got a kind of a natural seat thing. And it looks actually really good. It's a really clever transformation, I'm going to be honest. It looks, the way that it transforms from robot to vehicle is just really clever. And just you can see how the way it folds up. Yeah, you can see Arcee's head sticking through there, but it's buried enough in there that I don't really mind too much. And hopefully most people who don't either. Yeah, it's just pretty decent. I wish this could rotate, but it can't because of how it's attached. But you can at least kind of somewhat fake it because you can rotate that in the peg hole. You can also adjust that a little bit too. And yeah, you got that nice little kickstand, although even without it though, because of how wide it is, you know, on this side. That's the thing. Of course, you can take these pieces and they can attach them multiple ways. There's two major ways to show you, which is one of them is you can attach them right here on this thing, you know, like that. That's not too bad. That's one way. The other way is they show you on, once again, the forearm pieces. I guess now this part right here. Don't remember what it's called on a motorcycle. But you can attach it like that as well if you want. Now, so you got a couple options. I guess if you really want to, you can peg it together and then attach it somehow. You can do that, although that looks weird. And I think that won't really fit properly. No, that won't fit. But yeah, those things you can do if you want. As for size of writer, I don't know. I think core class, yeah, it looks like core class honestly might be the best fit. That's not the best one to use. There you go. And core class, core class seems to mostly maybe a little small, but I can't help but feel deluxe class would also be a bit too big. Yeah, see, it kind of works, but yeah, it's also a little too big for a core class. Yeah. Yeah, deluxe, yeah, you can see deluxe don't work. So it's kind of weird. It doesn't feel like it scales with any existing transform, or at least none of my existing transformers. You kind of have to be, almost you have to go dig through your, if you have any human figures of any sort, and try to figure that out. Maybe like a Figma. Figmas won't work. I don't know. But yeah, so it doesn't scale well, I feel, for any other figures to ride on it, at least no other Transformers figures. So that's a bit of a problem, but it's not the end of the world, I feel. It's going to be one of those things where a core class kind of works, but barely, and it's kind of a little off, but whatever. Yeah, anyway, overall, I personally like the robot mode. I like the vehicle mode. The transformation is really clever, I feel, and really cool. I know a lot of people are going to be put off because it's very much not exact to the original Prime cartoon. I know some people are upset about that. I get it, but I'm not too torn up about it. They did modify it. It is what it is. You can either buy it or you don't on that front. But I think the change they made, it makes it at least, I think it's some of the things you have to accept, which is they're going to modify some of this stuff to look more in line with the rest of the Legacy and Generation stuff in general, which unfortunately for some people is going to be, it kind of is a little G1. Whether or not you're okay with that, it's up to you, but that's just is what it is. So personally, for me personally, it's not negative. For a lot of people, it is, and that might decide whether or not you buy this figure or not. I think it's worth it personally. I think just for the sake of the transformation alone makes it worth it. But it is, you do you. Personally, I recommend, but not if you're just really that upset over it not being Prime-esque. I think it's one of those, if you give it a shot, this figure a shot, it will surprise you. So that's it for this one. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and check out my coffee and my Patreon. And I'll see you next time with another video review.